Good morning guys, welcome back to my channel. It's only me again, and have you ever wondered which detector on the market is the best? Well, today in this video we are going to be testing 4 of the best detectors on the market to see how deep they are, how good they are, and what different targets sound like on each machine. So stay tuned guys, today's video is going to be really cool. If you haven't subscribed yet, please hit subscribe and hit a like if you like the video, but let's get cracking. Okay guys, so the very first machine we're going to be putting to the test today is the Quest Q30 Plus. Don't know what size coil this is, but this was very kindly lent to me by Tom on the YouTube channel Bigfoot Finding. So we're going to be putting this one through the paces today, as well as a few others, but let's take a look at those now. And the next detector we've got is the Knox 800. It's got the 15-inch coil, so a really nice big coil on there. Very popular machine, this one, definitely one of the market leaders, so I'm going to be really interested to see how good this machine is going to be, especially compared to the others, and how deep it will go. So we've got that one, let's see what else we've got. And the next machine we've got is the XP Deus. This is the original Deus, so it's the Deus 1. It's got the 11-inch coil, and yeah, we're going to be putting this one to the paces, seeing how deep it will go and seeing what it's like compared to the others. And the last machine we've got to test today is of course the XP Deus 2, so it's the newer version of the Deus which I just showed you. It's a multi-frequency machine, also running the 11-inch coil, so again really interested to see how this one performs against all of the others. So that's the machines guys, I'll show you the targets now. So we'll bury them in the ground and then we'll actually see how good each one of these detectors performs with each target in the ground. Okay, so we have 5 different targets we're going to test today. The very first one is going to be this big odd-shaped iron ring. Every detector does not like odd-shaped iron, so that's why we've got this one today. It can fool any detector on the market. It doesn't matter whether it was £2,000–3,000 pounds, doesn't matter whether it was £200–300 pounds. It makes no difference at all. Big odd-shaped iron is always a tricky target. Next up, we've got one that everybody does find. It's of course an aluminium, or aluminum if you're in the US, ring pull. So again, this is always usually a very diggable target, but of course we don't really want to dig them. However, if they are in the ground, 9 times out of 10 metal detectorists do dig these targets. So we're going to bury this one in there, see what it sounds like and see how deep we can go with it. The next target is actually a very small musket ball. Obviously it's not from a musket, it's actually from a pistol shot from around the same sort of time, but it's a small round ball made of lead, and it'll be really interesting to see how deep we can go with this type of target, and obviously what the VDI numbers say and how well it sounds off depending on how deep we are in the ground. And the next target is a 22 carat gold ring. Again, most detectors will obviously pick this up, but gold traditionally is always a much lower number because it isn't quite so conductive. It usually comes in around the sort of lead, aluminium type range, but we're going to bury this one in the ground. We're going to see what it sounds like, what the VDI numbers come up like on each machine, and of course, you know, how deep we can go to pick it up. And of course, the next target, guys, no video would be complete without a very thin hammered coin. This is obviously silver, and it's very thin. They're very difficult to find at the best of times, especially if they're lying on their side or they're at a slight angle. So today we're going to bury this very thin one in the ground, and we're going to do it flat, just to obviously see, you know, give us the best chance possible of actually finding it. So that's going to be our last target, number 5. So let's put them in the ground, guys. We're going to do one machine at a time, and I'll show you what the VDI number is doing on each machine as we go. Okay, so we've got the very first target in the ground. We've dug a huge trench. This trench goes down 16 inches, and we have buried the first target at 15 inches. We've put it in a little plastic bag so it's easy to pull out. And as you can see, to make the test fair, we've actually put it in the side of this trench that we've dug. So it's going in the ground to about 2 inches, so it's really nice and under this side part here. And then the idea is we're going to swing our detectors over the top of this, and that should give us a good indication as to how deep we can go with the machines in truly undisturbed ground. So the first target that we are putting in the ground today is the thin hammered, and currently it's at 15 inches. So that's pretty deep. That's, you know, almost 1.5 feet down. Generally, if you're finding something that deep, then you're doing something right. So we're going to do the first machine, which is the Quest Q30 Plus, down on this particular hammered coin at 15 inches. So let's see how well that machine performs. Okay guys, so as you can see, we've tested 4 machines on different targets at different depths, and I'm pretty sure you'll agree the results are pretty surprising. So you have to remember that every type of soil conditions are very different, and it obviously depends on how mineralised the soil is with regards to how deep you can actually go. Personally, I think this soil is, you know, pretty mineral free, it's pretty clean soil, so it should give you quite an accurate representation of what the machines can do with the different targets that we've put in there at the different depths. So we've tested just a general setting on each of the machines. We can't do every setting because it will obviously just take way too long and this video will get way too boring. So we just wanted to kind of give you an idea as to what each machine would do straight out of the box without sort of tweaking anything at all on each machine, and then going over the different targets at those different depths. So what we then thought we'd do is, well, what would the machines do maybe on a custom program? Maybe if you tweak the reactivity, or, you know, the sensitivity, or the depth, or the discrimination and stuff. So we got the Nox 800 on a custom program which was primarily designed at sort of picking out coins in deep soil. And then we got the Deus 2 and we put that on my latest program, which was the sondage program, and we put them to the test as well. So I'll show you what those 2 machines can do. We didn't try the Deus 1 or the Quest because we thought, well, you know, we'll just try the 2 kind of highest spec machines on the market on a custom program on the targets. We only tried the ring, by the way, and we tried the hammered coin, and we tried them both at 15 inches and 10 inches. So let's have a look at those results now and see how we did. Yeah, so as you can see guys, both of the machines, well, they were kind of good. I mean, these are high-end market leading machines. The Nox is going to cost you in the region of about £800. The Deus 2 easily kind of £1,400–1,500 with the 11-inch coil. So they're quite high-end machines, and you would expect them to obviously be finding pretty much everything that you walk over. But in these conditions, in this field, on this day, it was a struggle trying to get things at 10 inches down. I think the sweet spot for both of those machines were essentially around 6–7 inches. I think if something was 6–7 inches and it was as thin as that hammered coin, or it was, you know, as small as that 22 karat gold ring, you're going to find it. However, the caveat is that if you are looking for something under the ground that's bigger than a, you know, silver hammered coin that's really thin, or a tiny little gold ring, chances are you're going to go a lot deeper. And the reason why we didn't put bigger, deeper targets in, like, you know, half crown, milled half crowns, and, you know, horse harness pendants and stuff, is because generally they're pretty easy to find with any detector. You could go into any shop, buy a £150 detector, and if it goes over something like a, you know, Victorian crown, you're going to find it without a shadow of a doubt. But what we wanted to really do is put these machines to the test with the targets that are harder to find. You know, thin hammered coins from the Tudor period are not easy targets to find, and generally people only find them if they're in ploughed soil that's been turned up so they're in the first few inches, or if they are, you know, bigger, more substantial kind of Elizabeth I type sort of coins and stuff like that at depth anyway. So the gold ring is obviously an exception. It was quite a small gold ring, almost like a sort of posy ring type thing, and yeah, they're not easy targets to find with any machine at all. But if this has helped you out in any way whatsoever, then please obviously leave a comment below, and of course subscribe on the channel if you do like the video today. It's taken a lot of effort to do this test today, and I want to say a big thanks to Mr. Tweed, who's been helping in the background, and of course Tom, Mr. Bigfoot as well, who kindly has lent his machines to me, and they're actually out detecting in the field now behind me, which is what I'm going to do as well. So again guys, I hope you've enjoyed the test today. Please, if you're into detecting, or if you've never detected before and you want to buy a detector and just get out in the fields, don't worry about spending huge amounts of money on a detector. The cheapest detector will find you something 5-6 inches in the ground, just like any of these detectors have done today. The only difference between an expensive detector and a cheaper detector is you're going to be able to discriminate a little bit more about what type of targets you want to dig, whereas a cheaper detector, you're pretty much going to dig everything, but that obviously includes the good stuff as well. So again, thank you very much for watching guys. I hope you've enjoyed the video, and I'll see you all again next time.